Know if I should buy in 2024. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should wait for longer. Everyone's telling me to wait. Everyone tells me market to crash. Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why you should buy and just three simple things you need to do and you need to keep in mind. I'm going to get down to it right now. So grab a notepad, grab a pen, grab a cup of coffee. I'm going to grab mine right now and we'll see you in 2 seconds. Love the way you ride. Look into my eyes, say you're ready to go. $1 million life. I love that song. I really, really do. Really do. So you're watching this if you're thinking about buying in 2024 in Toronto. There's a couple of key things I would like to point out for you to do. But before I get into that, please rate and subscribe to this channel. Give it a like, give it a comment, share it everywhere you can. Really, really does help, and it helps me. So I appreciate that from the off. Now, to get right into it, you're thinking about buying in 2024. People are telling you the market's going to crash. People are thinking about this. People are thinking about that. Well, here's exactly where we stand right now. And the first thing I want to talk about is interest rates. Okay, so I've made some notes here. Interest rates are going to make the big difference. Okay, they're the reason why we've had this correction in the real estate market thus far compared to COVID, very, very low interest rates. Prices went through the roof. Buyers came out of everywhere. Then interest rates were corrected dramatically by the most dramatic case in history. They went up by a quarter of a point 7 times consecutively. Never ever happened before. Maybe it's even more than then. So interest rates are going to make the big difference. They haven't gone up on the last 2 or 3 announcements, so they've stayed steady. So what that means is some buyers are getting used to it, as well as some sellers, and people are kind of figuring out, okay, my budget's going to be about this. It doesn't look like the market's going to shift dramatically up or dramatically down, so maybe this is kind of conservative, easy time to buy, and this is fine. I can kind of get in here. Okay, that's the kind of reaction we're seeing, and we're seeing some sellers who do still think, oh, well, my house was worth a very high amount in 2022, so I'm going to stick at that amount and try and sell it for the same in 2024. That doesn't really happen because there has been a small correction, and we'll see those people get weeded out. Okay, you'll see buyers come in with offers and they eventually will take them. So what all the data is kind of pointing to at the moment is we're not going to see any interest rate increase or decrease probably until the summer at this point. At that point, we're probably going to see a decrease, but it depends. The economy is still doing really, really well. So again, that all depends, but that's what it looks like. It looks like we're going to see a small decrease, which means your monthly payment will go down, but it does mean competition goes up. So it brings me to my second point about buying in 2024 in Toronto. Do not get, balloons. Not sure where they came out of. Do not get caught up in the market, in the madness of the spring market. Okay, you're at an open house, there's lots of people there, you're like, this is fantastic, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to buy because everyone wants to buy. Don't get caught up in that insanity. Okay, have your list of the things you really, really like about your house. If you're working with a great realtor, they'll probably make a list of needs and wants. So stick to your needs. They're usually things like location, the amount of bedrooms you might have, whether it has a backyard or not, whether it has parking or not, whether it has an extra den, whether it has a basement. I don't know. You have certain needs that you want. Wants are like, well, I want a brand new kitchen. I want an updated bathroom. I want a bathroom every floor. I want an ensuite in every bedroom. There may be some of the wants. These are things you can kind of change in a house anyway, so you can turn them into something you really, really like. But try and stick to your needs so you don't get caught up in the madness. And if you have a comprehensive list, then you can just wait for that right thing to come up and then pounce on it. That's how you avoid the madness. Okay, that's a little trick, and your realtor should guide you along that way. So don't worry about that. Okay, rely on them. Brings me again to my third point. This is why setting the list is so important. And the first thing on your list does need to be, you need to talk to a mortgage broker. Okay, I was working with a couple in December and they were looking to buy. We actually started in November. They thought their budget might have been around $600,000. Turns out it's actually closer to $550,000. So while they were looking kind of somewhere between $650,000 and $700,000, because they did have a significant down payment, they weren't quite able to get there. So they're looking at certain things that were beyond their means because they hadn't got their pre-approval fully qualified, fully through from their mortgage broker. Now, I knew them quite well. They'd agreed to work with me, so of course I'm going to work with them. And they'd already filled out the paperwork. I knew the pre-qualification was going to come true. We were just kind of waiting on that exact price. We were roughly in the wheelhouse, but it ultimately meant, they weren't able to get a 2-bedroom apartment. They were only able to get a 1-bedroom, a large 1-bedroom. Okay, which they were perfectly happy with at the end. But that just kind of like maybe sets your expectations where you want to be. If you speak to a mortgage broker, and they're free to use, by the way, they're free. And if you do need one, I got some links in the comments. Well, you can text me, email me, but I'll put a link in the comment too. I use my friend Jim. He's an excellent mortgage broker, and he'll give you probably the best rate in the market. Mortgage brokers are the best. They can shop around all different financial lending institutions as well as banks, so you're not just talking about a bank. But yes, speak to a mortgage broker. They're free for you to use, and you can usually lock in your rate somewhere around 120 to 180 days, so that kind of really gives you a lot of time. And that is my key takeaway. Now stay tuned to the exit of this. I just want to add one more important piece of information. 2024, again, my name is Connor Mangan. I'm a real estate agent. I'm just going to add one more extra piece of information. Okay, when you are looking for these properties in 2024, when the interest rates do come down, it will get a bit hectic. So what I would do is, once I speak to my mortgage broker and I have my budget set and I have all my needs ready, I will narrow down to location. I will just look in that location. I'll tell my agent, I really want to live here, because you can't change your location. You can change everything else. As I said, you can add in ensuites, you can add bathrooms, whatever else. You can't change your location. So pick a location, stick to it, get your realtor to set up a search for that. And the second something comes up that you love, you jump on it, you pounce on it, add your financing condition, add your inspection clause, and just get it into your hands, okay? Then you can go through your conditions, and if there really is something wrong with it, you can walk away from the deal, get your deposit back, no problem. But that's my key takeaway. Please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. I can't wait.